Hey guys, it's Katie, and I'm here today to do the 19 random questions book tag. I was tagged by Charlie at Reader Turned Writer, and I'll link her channel below. If you haven't checked her out, I'd highly suggest doing so. And so let's get into the questions. Number one, do you make your bed every day? I absolutely make my bed every day. Number two, what is your favorite number? It kind of varies, but I'm probably going to say 9. Number 3, what is your dream job? I'm not sure I really have a dream job. I have multiple dream jobs. Like, I'd love to own a small, kind of like shop around the corner bookshop with a friend. We talked about it at length. I'd also love to be a travel blogger. I love to travel, and like I always journal my experiences when I do so. So yeah, those are probably like my top two. But obviously, I'm also going to law school, and so I have some interest in things like that. So I mean, that's the thing about me. I'm very versatile. I might like one thing for a little while, and then I'll change my mind again, and yeah. So what I say now might be different in like a month, but that's what I'm going with for now. Number 4, if you could, would you go back to high school? No. I really didn't enjoy high school. There were certain aspects of high school that I liked, but for the most part, I just hated high school. But the few things that I did enjoy, I had some professors that I loved, and they made classes interesting and fun. And then I also went on a study abroad to Vienna my junior year for 2 weeks, and that was tons of fun. But I hated everything in high school too, so yeah, I probably wouldn't go back. Number 5, can you parallel park in under 3 moves? Probably not. I don't drive very often because I hate driving. And the last time I parallel parked, I think, was just for practice. There are some places around here where you need to, because I'm in the Chicagoland area. And so when you go to the city, you need to parallel park, and there are some towns around here where you really should parallel park as well. But yeah, I just don't drive, so no. 6, a job you had which people would be shocked to know that you had. I haven't had very many jobs over the years, but number 7, do you think aliens are real? Yes. I don't know what form they take, but I do believe that there is other life out there. Ah, it's a puppy now. Sasha, say hi to everyone. Yay! Number 8, can you drive a stick shift? I can do the actual shift part, but I never learned the clutch. And so technically not. I know aspects of driving stick shift, but to actually do it, no. Number 9, guilty TV pleasure. Well, guilty implies that it's something you're ashamed of, and I really enjoy all of the TV that I watch, and I'm not ashamed of it. Some of my favorite TV shows include Bones, Game of Thrones, BBC Sherlock, and The Blacklist. I think that might be it for right now. 10, do you have any tattoos? I do not. Number 11, if the world ends, do you want to be one of the survivors? I thought about this question for a while, and I think probably not, because even if I survived, I'd probably die quickly thereafter. So I don't think I'd want that prolonged suffering or prolonged life after everyone else is gone. I don't know. Just me. Number 12, things people do that drive you insane. That is a long list. Some of the things I really don't like when people do are chew loudly, especially if it's like gum. Number 13, do you have any birthmarks? I have a stork bite on the back of my neck, but everything else, I don't think so. I don't think so. Just the stork bite, which is just like a red mark on my neck. Number 14, favorite childhood game. I was a big game person when I was a kid. Board games, other made-up games. Picking a favorite is tough. Favorite board games as a kid were Yahtzee and Monopoly. And for Monopoly, I would not follow the actual rules on how you're supposed to play the game. So it was Monopoly Katie's way. That's probably why I liked it so much. Yeah, I just take the properties I wanted and yell at people, and if they took one of the ones I wanted, it was bad. But for other like made up games, I loved what was called the flashlight game. So my parents just had a flashlight and they'd like shine it all over the room that we were in, and I had to run and I had to like tag the light wherever it was shining at the time. I don't know what the point of it was, but it was just so much fun and I was so entertained by it. And then I also really enjoyed what's called, like, I guess it's called Hide the Chips. So if you've ever seen like poker chips, they come in different colors. So my grandma and my grandpa had chips because he would play poker regularly. And so we had red, white, and blue chips. And each person would get a different set. And you take 10 chips, you'd pick a room, and then you'd hide the chips over the room. And then there was a designated person who had to find the chips in that room. So, for instance, my grandpa would hide chips in the den. I would hide it in their bedroom, and then we would kind of switch. And so he would find the chips that I hid in the bedroom, and I would find the ones that he hid in the den. And it was just a really fun game. We would play that for hours. But yeah, I loved those two games particularly, and I'd always play them when I went over to their house. Number 15, do you talk to yourself? Oh boy, do I talk to myself. Yes, I actually have full-on conversations with myself out loud, and I am not ashamed of it. I will just be in public, walking somewhere, and I'll just have a full-blown conversation out loud with myself. Do I try and cover it up? No. Am I ashamed of it? No. People call me out on it all the time though, and it's just hilarious. Like my mom would be like, Katie, who are you talking to? Me, myself. What are you talking about? Just stuff. And then she'll like proceed to go from there. And then I had a teacher in high school and she'd be like, Katie, who are you talking to? I'm like, myself. She's like, never tell anyone that again. I'm like, it's whatever. So yeah, no shame. Number 16, do you like doing puzzles? I do like doing puzzles. I haven't done jigsaw puzzles though in a really long time, so I probably like those less. But I've started doing some crossword puzzles with my grandma, and we get them in the newspaper, and if she's over, we'll do one. But I'm a really, really big fan of word searches. Are my jam. I have an entire book of, I think, of like 250 word search games, and I can get through like even a tough one in like a half hour. They're just so much fun. I always seem to get the diagonal ones and the backwards ones first. I don't get it, but yeah, word searches are my thing. Number 17, favorite music genre? No, I don't have one. I have all of the music genres are my favorite, but these days I tend to lean towards instrumental or movie scores and soundtracks. It doesn't mean that's the only thing I listen to. That's just kind of what I go for. But I really like all music in some way, shape, or form. There are some I prefer to others, but for the most part, I just will listen to absolutely everything. Number 18, tea or coffee? Definitely 100% tea. I live for tea. I love tea, and Yes, I've loved tea for a long time. If you guys haven't already seen, go check out my tea and books tag. Yeah, you'll get to hear me talk about tea for a little bit. But I'm not opposed to a mocha from time to time. If I have coffee, that's really the only thing that I will drink. Number 19. What is the first thing you remember wanting to be when you grew up? Uh, I actually had a list of things I really wanted to be, but the first thing that I distinctly remember wanting to be when I grew up was in either a vet or an animal trainer. I was really, really into animals. Still am, if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, so I just really wanted to be around them all the time and love them and take care of them and train them to do things. So yeah, that's like probably the first thing I remember. I don't know if I'm going to tag anyone. If I decide to, I'll just link them in the description box and maybe tag you on Twitter as well. But other than that, that's about all I've got for you today. So as always, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media. I have a Twitter and a Goodreads, which are both linked below. And I will come back with another video for you guys again soon. Okay, bye.